What's up, everybody? So, today I want to talk about anxious avoidant attachment style, and I'm going to talk about them, quote unquote, seeking rejection. And I'm also going to talk about some other things that are on my mind before I forget them, because I'm really uncovering and discovering this stuff right along with you. And that's what's making it really fun for me, is because it's fresh. I'm coming up with my own discoveries. I'm not really reading a whole lot about it or watching videos on it at all, really. I'm just kind of freestyling, just kind of learning as I go from observing people and observing myself and kind of thinking backwards to different situations and just so anyway. First things first, anxious avoidant seeks rejection. It's like they're always scanning everything and everyone to be rejected. It doesn't matter if they're at work or church or an organization or with their family members or close friends. Now, they may have a level of secure attachment in them as well. So there may be a balance, there may be a shift. So there may be people in their lives that they just trust. They feel like this person's always going to be there. I don't question it. I feel comfortable. I feel safe. I'm cool. Like we are totally rad with each other. But then there are those people that they're always looking for rejection. When is the ball going to drop? When are you going to stop liking me? So this style of attachment, they don't feel they don't feel very secure in one area of their life. They're just like there's a piece of them that feels like nothing is stable, nothing remains, nothing is steady. So even though there's a portion of themselves that functions in the everything is steady, especially if they're your everyday average person, but then there is that undercurrent. There is that piece of them that believes that it's not going to be steady. This isn't going to last. This person is acting like they're head over heels crazy about me, but I know it's not going to last forever. So I better enjoy it right now. I mean, come on, let's just face it. Isn't that kind of crazy? Isn't it crazy? Like when you step out of the shoes of this attachment style, isn't that just kind of cray cray? That you think love is fleeting, people liking you is fleeting, people thinking highly of you is fleeting. So you might be the it person at work. Everybody likes your style, they like your jam, they think you got it going on, you know your stuff, and you got this flair, you got this unique thing about you, and you're just waiting for everyone to wake up and see the truth that this is only going to last for a while. Eventually, they're going to get tired of me. They're going to become uninterested in me. And I'm not going to be that person anymore. So I just better enjoy this. So let's say you got this cute girl. You're a guy and you got this cute girl. Or you're a girl and you got this cute guy. And they're fiending for you. They think you're all that. And you're like, what? Me? For real? You like me? Why does this person like me? This person could like anybody. And they think I'm special? What the heck? Am I dreaming? Somebody pinch me? Okay, this is really happening. This person really likes me. And so they stay in their mode. They're having fun with the person. They're enjoying it. They're thinking through like, okay, how am I going to be this time? And what are we going to talk about that time? And I can't wait to share with them. And maybe the deeper their feelings become for the person, because maybe at first their defense mechanism is, let me keep it surface. Let me not go there. I don't feel like falling. So I'm going to just let that person fall for me. But then as time goes on and this person is not letting up, they're not taking their foot off the pedal. And it's like, okay, 4 or 5 months later, this person still likes me. Then that's when disorganized attachment style could start switching up. Like, let me change. Not even necessarily that. It's more of a subconscious, here comes the anxious style portion of themselves freaking out. Like, wait a minute, what's happening? I'm starting to really, really fall deep for this person. So now I'm so in my head that I don't know how to act anymore. I don't know who I am anymore because I want to switch over to the avoidant side of me so that I can protect myself and stay safe and be okay and keep my sanity because I'm feeling like I'm going cray cray because I might be falling in love with this person or deeply infatuated or having a limerence or whatever that limerence thing is that you call it, which is another topic. And so now freak out mode happens. So if they shift to their avoidant side, they may shut down, they may become too quiet, they may become too reserved. But then if the anxious style comes about, they may feel a little clingy to the person, but then they recognize I might run this person off because it's not a personality disorder, which I talk a lot about on my channel. They have the capacity to be very aware of what they're feeling because disorganized or anxious avoidant attachment style is a great recipe for feeling absolutely nuts sometimes, like crazy, like a yo-yo. I don't know which me is going to emerge. You are functioning with a two-headed monster that is fight, flight, or freeze. And then it's like, okay, which direction do I go in? And they could oscillate between both within the same time period, the same 30 minutes that they're entertaining this person that they're interested in. Or it could be a friend that they are really like, I like this friend so much. And then they get to a freak out point where they're like, oh my gosh, is this friend going to stay around? Are they still going to like me? Is this boss going to keep liking me? It's kind of a, are they going to reject me? So they start looking for it. It's like the subconscious takes over and they are aware of this. They are aware of having some abandonment fears to pop up, but it can be so intense and so confusing, and they may not understand what the heck is going on because I am a normal functioning human being most of the time. And now this thing is rearing its head when I'm starting to become too close. So their antennas are always, maybe not at first, but at some point, the antennas are going to start searching for rejection. They're going to start making up their own little story, their own little narrative, because they can take two little pieces of something and turn it into a problem. So it's like they're taking nuances. That's what I want to call it. Nuances are the size of crumbs. And they can take those two little crumbs and decide that this person is rejecting me, they're confronting me, they're saying ugly things to me, they hate me now, they don't like me. And then the next thing you know, they're starting to split and think in black and white, which they know they should stay in the gray logically, but I'm in protection mode. So now I'm starting not to like this person. And I thought you were rejecting me. So why are you still coming around me for like 2.5 hours, talking, acting like you're still falling for me? I'm so confused because last week you said those two little crumbs and I've been exhausting myself, can't sleep because I'm thinking and replaying that one sentence that you said when you were rejecting me. So you see, you gotta be super careful. So I would advise anybody of a disorganized attachment style because because what's gonna happen? I'm gonna reject you first. These are the I'm gonna reject you first people. Have you ever met people like that? Where it's like, oh, before you reject me, I've already rejected you. Bye. Toodles. You want to get out of the habit of doing that. You want to give people the chance to be human beings, to be fallible, to be misconstrued. You're going to have to give them another chance. You're going to have to be forgiving. And maybe they are rejecting you. That could be true. But I don't think that's the way most people are thinking or functioning on a normal, everyday basis. They're just kind of accepting you the way that you are. So I was talking to somebody who was telling me that his spouse does that, where she goes into total rejection mode and starts dumping people. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be a neighbor, it could be that worker at the grocery store that they were connected to. And now it's like, bye, see you later, I'm dropping you. And he was calling that weird. And I was secretly in my mind relating because I was thinking, I could be a great candidate for that. Even as a teenager, there were times when I would say, okay, I'm done. I'm never talking to you again because I can't handle the pain and the deep insecurity. Because when you are functioning with two heads like that, you can go into a place of deep insecurity and fear because you're trying to get a hold of yourself before you fall to pieces from rejection. It's hard to handle, but you got to practice being steady, even though you're being pulled in two different directions. In fact, if you look at your handwriting, you might be a two slanter handwriting where your writing goes to the left and then slants to the right. So if you have handwriting and it's slanting in different directions like that, people don't know if the bad word side of you is coming out or the nice, kind gentleman or sweetheart is coming out. You drive people nuts with that. So you got to practice being steady, stable, even when your subconscious is convincing you that this person is about to reject you and be mean to you. You got to stay stable. You got to push forward. You got to practice hanging in there, giving this human being, this human, fallible human being, a chance, especially if they haven't just blatantly done something horrible. Like maybe they throw your candy bar on the floor and they crunch it. Like then you know, okay, they really are being a jerk to me. But other than that, they're more steady, stable than that. You got to trust that in people. You got to practice that because it's not easy. So practice being steady and stable and moving forward and being calm, even in spite of your inner self trying to sabotage a potentially perfectly good, healthy relationship. So keep that in mind. Here's another little quick tidbit that's off the subject, but I'm just going to give this to you. I could do another video on it. I'm just going to give it to you for hanging in there with me and my thoughts as I explore them with you. But this type of person might also freak out when somebody's like, oh my gosh, oh, what is that? And then the person is like, I just saw my favorite cartoon on TV. They have a new commercial. Oh my gosh, my favorite music is coming out. Or, oh my gosh, I just won Candy Crush. That could be super jarring to someone who is an anxious avoidant. I'm still learning these terms. Anxious avoidant attachment style. They may really get upset when certain people in their lives exclaim and get really excited about something and they don't know if it's good, if it's bad. They can really freak out, really get nervous, really brace themselves. And then it's like, oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I just found my favorite t-shirt. I've been looking all over for this thing. Slap. You just want to slap the person because it's like, what? oh my gosh. So this type of person, even though they may have moments of feeling agitated, irritated, frustrated, that could rear itself as well, but they I'm losing my train of thought. It just they don't like they can find this kind of ironically even kill way of existing. And so when somebody is overly emotional, that could be upsetting to them, even though inside they are overly emotional. So it's kind of hypocritical, right? So just chew on that for a minute and just understand that this type, yes, rejection, it's linked to abandonment. They don't want to be left by somebody that they feel really attached to and that they really are falling for or love. And they struggle with stability, with understanding at times. And they probably have people in their lives who are very steady and stable, who they trust, they don't question. But then there are other people in their lives where this is not going to last. When is the ball dropping? I don't trust it. I've got one foot in the door, one foot out. I'm just preparing myself because nothing stays the same. When is it going to end? And that is a really frustrating and kind of scary way to live and to think of things and people. And so they kind of need people to prove themselves. They kind of test people, and they may not test them out loud, but they're testing them in their mind, and they're just waiting, because this type can also get sort of a joy out of being the rejecter. Like it could feel kind of good in a way, good and bad, but there's an element of it that they like I'm going to reject you. Like there's power in that. They feel in control. There's one more free nugget for hanging with me this long. There's something else that I just thought of. They also can be into hidden meanings. What does that mean? And they may drive themselves crazy trying to figure out hidden meanings. What did that mean? And they could spend a lot of time trying to figure that out, and they can even get stuck in their thoughts and start ruminating. And hidden meanings could be something that they saw, something that they heard, something that someone said to them, and they will replay it a million times and try to get to the root of, what does that mean? Does that mean something bad? Should I be worried? What should I do about it? How can I avoid it? How can I make sure that I stay safe? How can I make sure that my feelings don't get hurt? Maybe I shouldn't say that again. Maybe I shouldn't do that again. Maybe I shouldn't take risk because I don't want to have to go into anxious avoidant. I'm trying to stay away from anxious avoidant, where I'm fearful or I'm avoiding. So if I can memorize cues, memorize that person's style, that boss's style, what they said to me, then I can make sure that I'm not hopscotching all over. You see what I mean? So there's this whole thing about meanings. Just saying. Get so confused by meanings and so wrapped up into it that they are just totally confused and they don't know what's right anymore, what's wrong as it pertains to the hidden meaning that they're trying to figure out. Now, if you meet one of these people, they may present as very secure and they may be very good at hiding it. I'm just letting you know the inner world of these folks so that if you get dumped or you get dropped, and I hope that doesn't happen, but if that should happen, now you know some of their secret world so that maybe you can address it with them. They need steady, stable, hey, let's talk about this. What's going on? I don't know if I said something the wrong way. What's going on? You want to talk through it because I'm still here for you. Nothing has changed on my end. Just want to make sure you're okay. They need that reassurance. And eventually, if they keep getting reassurance, then they can relax and have fun and enjoy being with you. So those are just secrets, y'all.
One more thing. I promise this is the last. One more thing. They need you to be perfect. So if you could just do that for them, then y'all can be cool for the rest of your life. Just don't make any mistakes. Don't make any sudden moves. Just be perfect. Don't say the wrong thing to them. Don't slight them. Just stay in this perfect box where you get along perfectly. You don't do anything to hurt their feelings, and you'll be great. Just don't be human and you'll be all right. That's really what they're looking for, because if you insult them or you offend them in any way, inside their minds they start thinking, okay, when do I step back? When do I run away? When do I stop being this person's girlfriend or boyfriend because they just slighted me, they just hurt my feelings? It's kind of a little narcissistic. So if you are disorganized attachment style, let people be human. We all can be grouches unless you are just lucky and have the best temperament in the world. But most people have cranky moments. Most people say things that they don't quite mean. It's kind of like how people misinterpret text all the time. We're not perfect. And sometimes people think, oh, well, I'm giving you feedback because that's what makes a friend, and they might want the same from you. And you're sitting up there thinking, you are rotten. And they're thinking, I'm being such a good friend because I'm being honest with you and I'm telling you some truths about yourself because I love you. So let people be who they are. Allow for them to be human, because if you really look at whatever it was that they offended you with, it's probably very small in the big scheme of things. So anyway, just wanted to say this before I forget it. Be sure to like the video if you want to see more like this, because like I said, I'm new to this lane. So I might not know what the heck I'm talking about. If I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, tell me in the comments. I can handle it. I might reject you though, but I can handle it. Tell me the truth. And be sure to check out my books that I've written. I've written 3 of them. I'll put the links in the description box. One is my thought process on love. One is my thought process on narcissism. And one is my thought process on with ENFJ with love, about Myers-Briggs personality types. And I mean, you shouldn't be shocked that somebody who struggles with disorganized attachment style would actually write a book on these 3 things, because what can be more elusive than those 3 things? Love, mean people, like all that stuff. And then if you know people's Myers-Briggs, then it gives you power, because now I understand you better. So I don't have to fear you as much. So I don't know, you might enjoy them. So check them out, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.